Hi, I'm Amy Smallers, and welcome to this week's episode of Reflective Fridays. So, I will let you know ahead of time, this one may be a bit longer than the other ones that I've done the past couple of months, because as many of you know, and who read my blog post earlier this week, thank you so much for your kind words and support. I lost my cousin last weekend unexpectedly, and it's been definitely, I will say, an emotional roller coaster this week to go through that. But I did not want to neglect Reflective Fridays because of maybe more important than ever. I selfishly needed to work on this today and to share a message with you. But I also wanted to say thank you for people that reached out, because one of the things which I realized, which I never realized at this level before, but a lot of my message when I work with individuals or groups, whether it be middle-aged, high school kids, adults in various settings, I have the message of, you're not by yourself, you're not alone, your situation may feel really unique, but someone else has gone through this, and there are people to talk to reach out to, and you don't have to sit there by yourself. And I was on the receiving end of that message of, sorry to hear about this. We know you're going through this, but Amy, no, you're not alone. And I have to say, being on the receiving end of that message this week was very powerful. And it gave me, honestly, a whole new perspective on what that means. And I will say this, I've never used it as a tagline because I think that's dishonest, and I think there are some people who would do that just because they think it sounds good or sounds cool. But I've gone through different struggles before, and having that message, you're not alone, has always been really important. But this is one of the bigger pieces to go through that this week. And it was a big reminder that that message in and of itself is huge. And it was almost like, okay, yeah, it feels really ugh, but I'm not alone. So I can do this, um, so that for me was a big piece. And it really honestly gave me a fuel to almost revamp a lot of what I've been doing, and not starting from scratch, if you will, but improve what I have. And for those of you, check out my website, amysmallers.com. I revamped it this week with that full message of living intentionally. And I've been working on launching a podcast, which you'll see I have a page on that. It's coming out in March. And I'm interviewing people who live each day intentionally and have amazing stories. And some names you'll know, some people you won't, but you'll get to know through the episodes. And living intentionally has been something I've been working with for a couple of months. Really intensely just, okay, have intention every day. Things are a choice. But this gave a whole new push, if you will. So I definitely gained some momentum trying to deal with the grief and the anger and the frustration and the bewilderment and sadness, right? All through that. And so the way I deal with a lot of that, and everyone does it differently, is to channel that energy into doing something positive. And that's what I've been doing this week is around that. And so, I feel like I'm rambling a little bit this week, and I probably am. And some of you are like, "Oh, okay, what do you get to the finish line, get to the punchline?" But I think for me this week, reflecting back on this week, and that's what every Reflective Friday is meant to do, is to give you time and give you pause to reflect on what's happened the previous week. And for me, like I said at the beginning, it's been an emotional roller coaster. I've gone through devastation, and then trying to get my chin up, and then trying to make sense of what's happened, but then also being ahead to say, well, selfishly, I can't sit by and just not do anything. I need to do something, and taking energy to really have that focus of living intentionally. And so I guess that brings me to the challenge that I have this week. So I have this line that I say to my kids every morning now. They're getting on the bus, and it's, make it a great day. And I heard that, and I'm trying to think of the name. He was a person who was on the guest podcast for Joe Polish and Dan Sullivan, and I think the title of the talk was Elephants Don't Bite. That definitely sticks in my head. And he made a point to say, when you say have a good one, have a great day, it's very, you're on the receiving end, right? But when you say make it a great day, it's really up to you what you make of your day. You can make it a great day. And so that comes to make it a great day. That comes to my challenge for you for today, this weekend, next week, depending when you watch this, because I know y'all watch it at different times. But whenever you have the time of day when you watch this, I'd love for you to take a minute and just reflect on what you have done with intention that day so far. And then take a few minutes and think about whatever time you have left that day, what can you do with intention to fulfill and fill the rest of your day. So I also, because part of this is really resonating with, I have this personal feeling that every morning you wake up is an opportunity. Every day is a gift, really, when you think about it. And it's what are you doing with your gift, with your opportunity today? What are you doing to live with intention today? And so thinking about what you've done so far, what you could do, here's my challenge for next week. And I'd love to hear from you if you're doing it, how it's going. But the challenge is, we all kind of turn over and get our phones in the morning, which my clients know that I'm not a big fan of, and we work to have that not happen so much. But for many of you, you roll over and grab your phone. So what I'd love for you to do is to give yourself a minute. So in the morning, before grabbing your phone, have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and write down one intention for that day. I mean, it could just be, I'm not going to be grumpy before my coffee. It could be, I'm going to get that walk in at lunch today. It could be, I'm going to make 5 phone calls to clients and I'm going to be smiling on the phone with them. Or it could be, when we're rushing home after school, after work, I'm going to give each person of my family a hug with a heartbeat. So not just a quick pat, but a real hug. Right? Intentions can be all over. Whatever you want to make them, they can be big, little. I suggest starting with a small one, an easy one for you to get in the habit of doing it. But just take a minute in the morning, write an intention, and then see how your day's going. Because you've had an intention, and it can be contagious. Because if you give yourself an easy one, like, well, that was fine. Okay, I'm not going to be grouchy before coffee. Awesome. You have your cup of coffee? That wasn't so bad. What else can I do today? And it puts you in that positive mindset. So with that, I thank you and honor you for spending a little extra time with me on this Reflective Friday episode. Definitely a lot going on this week, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. We all have things going on during the week, but I really do appreciate your time of spending with me. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that yet. Share this with a friend or a colleague or on Facebook or social media if you think others would really benefit from this. And 2 things now. Don't forget to start and end every day with a smile and make it a great day.